Coming to you live from the Alonte Gym at Binyan, Laguna. Kayo pa rin ay nakapanayam sa ating Manny Pacquiao's Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association Season 2. Kani-kanina lamang ay nakita natin ang Quezon Tangerines, the defending champions, getting a victory kontra sa San Juan Lady Knights DHTSI. It was a thrilling moment pero meron pa tayong dalawang teams or dalawang matches na abangan para sa araw na ito. And I want to know more about what has happened from last game kung sakali na hindi nyo pa siya inabutan, because at this point, the triple header is really what's gonna be leaving the mark para sa atin para sa araw na ito. Muli, ako si Hans Galeria, and of course, I'm joined by Alfonso Galvez, and we will also be together with Fiona Bacani at courtside. Pons. That was a game in the first of the triple header natin kanina.
Yes, that was a straight set match, but it does not mean that it's not exciting. It was a very great match. Now we're at the midpoint of our day, of our triple header at the second match. It's going to be Caloocan versus Marikina. And both teams with 0-1 records, gustong bumawi right away.
Yeah, right away. I think from what we saw, based on these two teams, some of them had an opportunity to showcase what they can do. Unfortunately, para sa Caloocan, they fell up short doon sa kanilang unang bugso, sa kanilang unang buslo in making something happen. You're looking at the stats right now. What went wrong? I mean, it probably was a tall order going up against Quezon.
Yes, it's hard to battle the defending champions on your first game, but giving 17 aces to your opponents is definitely hard. Na makabawi kung ganon, kung yung reception mo is that shaky, it's something, it's the most important thing na kailangan i-address ng Caloocan for this game.
Yeah, I mean, we've rarely ever seen 17 aces na maibigay sa'yo ng isang team. So maybe floor defense would be a really big opportunity for them. At tinitignan natin, ang isa sa mga possible chances for them would be Suzanne Raslan, who has been one of the silver linings para sa koponang ito.
Suzanne Raslan, we could consider her as the veteran of the team. And rightfully so, she scored 9 points in their first game. 9 points off of 8 attacks and 1 ace. So number 15. Against Quezon, she was the most consistent. And that's something that she should bring into this game as the leader, as the ate of the team. And also, sana may mga ibang sumunod sa yapak niya to score more and hopefully get the win for them.
Hopefully in the second game. Kasi nung unang laro, baka nagkakapaan pa lang yung Marikina. And same could be said para sa Lady Shoe Masters. I'm glad that we already talked about them at this point kasi yung kanilang unang laro, halos ganun din ang nangyari sa kanila.
So Marikina is a very young team, a lot of growth na i-expect natin as the league progresses. As we look at their statistics against their loss from San Juan, ang pinaka-glaring statistics is that they gave out 29 errors and they gave out 11 aces in just a span of 3 sets. So usually, when you give too much errors, sobrang hirap na niyang bawiin. Kasi kailangan mong bumawi through scoring, and sometimes if you're having a hard time in scoring, hindi mo mabawi yung errors mo.
You know, this is a very young team. A lot of experience ang matututunan nila dito mismo sa MPVA Season 2, and one of the potential leaders ng kupunan na ito ay walang iba kundi si Bridget Martinez that could maybe impose herself as the main option para sa Shoemasters.
Yes, Bridget Martinez, number 8, scored 8 points all from attacks in their loss versus San Juan. So, as we mentioned, they're a very young team. But kahit young yung team mo, kailangan may mag-lead pa rin dyan. And that's what Bridget provides for the team, the leadership. And also, moving forward, as the league progresses, syempre mag-expect tayo na may iba pa rin pangalan na maririnig natin for this Marikina team. Kasi they're young, a lot of potential, and sana ma-unleash nila yon in this MPVA Season 2.
Alam mo, sobrang nakadepende. Siguro hindi lang sa gising, but also the composure of these ladies, specifically para sa Marikina. Because again, yung kanilang lineup, yung kanilang roster, they're probably one of the teams na hindi siguro masyadong sanay sa big leagues. But when you're looking at it, both of them sharing a 0-1 win-loss record. Wala pa rin silang naitatala na points because the sets aren't coming up. But at the end of this game, one is gonna be putting that win record on the stat.
Yes, that is the exciting thing to look forward today. Pareho kayong walang panalo, but at the end of the day, may mananalong isa. And especially for Marikina na they had a winless record in the last season, they could use this as an opportunity to be optimistic to try out new things and hopefully get their win, as well as Caloocan na gusto nila simula ng season may panalo agad.
Alam mo, maganda naman dito sa MPVA Season 2 is that there's gonna be a double round robin format. You know, so magkikita ang dalawang teams at least twice whenever they want to. At mas magkakaroon kayo ng mas maraming tsansa na makita tayo dito mismo as you can catch all the games live and free exclusively on pusop.com. Your game, your community. Join now. Also, powered by Smart, the official telco partner of the MPVA. We would like to give special thanks also to our media partners Smart Sports and Puso Pilipinas. Ang dami nating paraan para mapanood ang mga laban and of course, ang mga sinusuportahan yung mga koponan dito sa MPVA Season 2. But for the record, I think for both Marikina and Caloocan, pareha sila eh. Nasa iisang bangka ang kanilang sitwasyon ngayon. What should be the ideal scenario for them para makuha nila ang panalo na to, whether it's either team?
I think it's simple, consistency and many people stepping up for the team.
Yeah, the stepping up is what is needed, probably from Raslan, probably from Martinez, but now it's time to toss it over to a quick break.
Magandang opportunity po para i-represent si Caloocan. So, masaya na din kasi nandito pa rin kami, ako, para pinagkakatiwalaan ni Caloocan. Actually, sir, nag-start ako from high school, college, nag-UAAP din po ako. So, na-excite din po ako kasi may mga bagong teams na UAAP din po na HAL and NC. Yun, so na-excite nga po ko na makakaharap ko ulit sila. And ang natulong po sa akin nun is yung confidence nga po and pride na rin po. Tinatry pa po namin mag-gel, pero individual po kasi maganda talaga yung performance. So pinapolish na lang po namin para mabuo kami as a team. Kailangan lang po namin is magtiwala unang-una sa sarili and then magtiwala po sa mga kasamahan, sa sistema po, sa coaches, and syempre sa Caloocan po. Hi guys, my name is Rhea Manalo from Caloocan AM Spikers. Suportahan niyo po kami guys sa paglalaro namin dahil kayo po ang aming inspirasyon. Thank you!
Unli projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Unli 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy! Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Presenting our officials for this match. First referee, Mr. Lawrence Unida. Second referee, Mr. Aikel Jatero. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this match in the second season of Manny Pacquiao's Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association, ang liga para sa lahat. Our match at hand is between the Caloocan AM Spikers and the Marikina Lady Shoemasters. And now let us meet the starters for Caloocan AM Spikers. Starting off with outside hitter number 8, Chica Espinosa. Setter number 1, Rica Diolan. Middle blocker number 6, Angie Ledesma. Opposite hitter number 9, Rhea Manalo. Opposite hitter number 15, Zan Ruslan. Middle blocker number 16, Dahab. And starting libero number 4, Chin Lacerna. With their head coach, Mr. Mike Palermo. And now let us meet the starters for Marikina Lady Shoe Masters. Starting off with our team captain, outside hitter number 8, Bridget Martinez. Middle blocker number 3, Celine Tagarat. Outside hitter number 6, Liam Lenguaje. Middle blocker number 7, Leon Marcelo. Setter number 9, Ancrisha Little. Middle blocker number 19, Eloy Valdemidina. And starting libero number 13, Carla Concepcion. With their head coach, Mr. Andy Fiat.
The starters have already been announced para sa ating ikalawang laban for today's triple header between Caloocan AM Spikers and the Marikina Lady Shoe Masters. Zan Roslan, and of course going up against other potential competitors, Lee and Marcelo, also looking to contribute para sa laban na ito, both sharing a 0-1 win-loss record. Kaya naman napakahalaga nitong laban na ito para sa parehas na teams, kahit na sabihin natin na sobrang aga pa ng ating tournament.
Yes, maaga pa tournament. As we look at the starting lineup, mas veterano yung mga pangalan na nasa side ng Caloocan, but also we cannot discount the youngsters from the side of Marikina. Kasi both teams have their own systems. It's just a matter of implementing them today.
And quickly they go para sa kanilang koponan as Angie Ledesma opens up the scoring output para sa Caloocan. Gigil manalo ang dalawang koponan na ito. But before it even started, merong, I believe, a rotation fault ang Marikina that led to a point para sa Caloocan.
Both referees discussing what happened, what the call is. But yep, they agree. And maybe it was a rotation fault for Marikina. Easy to address.
Oo, kasi lumapit na kagad si Kapitana
Yeah.
Bridget Martinez acknowledging the error. Now the play continues. Goes once more. Quite a difficult situation. Yung multo nila noong unang laro is still haunting them up until this point as Ledesma gets another. Get a good receive, and that is an opening that is very much needed, courtesy of Lenguaje.
Lenguaje, first point. As a down the line hit, no one was there to defend. So take a look at this replay. She twisted her arms towards zone 1. Chica Espinosa immediately apologizing. That should have been her spot to defend.
Great approach. Landed on. Make that another ace.
That's a good build-up of momentum. Valdemina with an ace. And now we're at striking distance, 3-2. Not as far as from where we started if you were Marikina.
Panibagong Lady Shoe Master ang nakapag-contribute. Unfortunately for them, the run ends there dahil may error. Itong si Val Medina, angat na naman sa dalawa ang Caloocan. service from the Spikers. Now they're gonna go to the other side, unfortunately. Diolan. Roslan was rejected a bit. Tossing it to the back. Good dig. Atake na naman. Roslan softly took care of it. But that time, it was enough to get her to the point.
Roslan celebrating with her team, laughing it off. She was just very calm in that rally. We could see her from here instructing Jolan how to set the ball, where to set the ball. A true leader for this side of Caloocan.
Tamang dahan-dahan lang talaga eh. Pero para sa koponan ng Marikina, medyo kita mo that they're heavily depending on lengguahe para dun sa mga puntos. So, it's very likely for her to miss some, pero sa kanya din talaga manggagaling yung kanilang mga scoring output.
And a factor is that the reception of Marikina has been shaky. Hindi nila may set up yung mga middles.
Here's the start. There's a block. Good enough. Yolan, quick. It's still them making it happen. Martinez from the back.
Martinez from the back row. It was just a simple top spin shot. Parang ang goal na lang is to keep the ball to the other side of the court, but Espinosa not with the proper platform in that dig.
Parang nagulat pa nga itong si Espinosa kanina, but now Roslan again goes wide or long. Either way, Marikina gets a point.
Susan Raslan giving her fair share of errors for the side of Caloocan. But it's just the start of the game. Nothing to worry about. Just shrug off the early game jitters.
Yolan wanted to go for a 1-2. Binalik din naman yan sa kanya. Roslan again. Libero's gonna set it up para kay Lenguaje. He finds the opening at the back.
Then go ahead, targeted the back row again. Espinosa getting the ball, unsure if that ball was gonna go in. Tingnan natin to. That ball could have gone out. Espinosa, kinuha niya. But
Hinila na. Pabalik yung kanyang kamay pero tumama pa rin. So with that being said, tama is called by Caloocan.
and we're not even at the first technical timeout mark. Pero nagtawag na ng timeout itong Caloocan because they see how the confidence of Marikina has grown from being down 0-3. Now 5-6 na.
Coach Andy Fiel doing a really good job with the Lady Shoemasters, considering that this is a team that is full of youth. Some of them still students, some of them probably still in high school. Either way, this is a really good pressure situation para mas lalo pang mahasa ang mga babaeng ito in making sure that they can make something happen. But now, Lenguaje. Yolan saving it, but not enough.
That's not what you want if you're a coach to see after your timeout. Coach was expecting to stop the momentum of Marikina. But Caloocan, hindi na itaas yung bola. The game is tied at 6.
All 6 for them as of this moment. Roslan is gonna kick it out, but too long. And look at that one. A 3-0 run from the youngsters as Marikina is ahead.
We have to credit Lero. That was a very sharp and good floater serve. Let's see if she could do it again.
Chris Salero giving the libero a hard time. There's a block. Denied by Marikina. Lenguaje showing her body language in that one. Just look at it one more time. So nice. You had to see it twice. At 2 points din ang lamang ng Marikina.
Play game with Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Your number. Activate the eSIM and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
You are still watching the Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association. Now, Caloocan may have dropped their opening game, but this team is just getting started. With only 5 trainings under their belt prior to their previous game and a lineup finalized only late September, the pressure is real, but so is the potential. Despite the slow start, excitement runs high as they chase their first win. Now, team captain Chica Espinosa, newly thrust into the role, admits that it hasn't been easy. Hindi ako sanay maging captain, sabi niya, pero kailangan kong gampanan. Luckily, it's her bond with the teammates that she's known even from college that makes communication even easier. Training time has been limited, but it's their trust that holds them together. Before this game, Shika kept things light. Sabi niya, enjoy lang tayo at kalimutan na yung last game. Caloocan is determined to bounce back, show their fight, and reveal the aggressive United squad that they know they can be. This season, they're ready to prove that this is not the same team from last year. Back to you, Hans and Pons.
Maraming salamat, Ms. Fiona Bacani. And that really begs the question. Kung 5 training sessions pa lang ang meron itong Caloocan, what more kung mas dumami pa? Baka mas mahasa pa yung chemistry nila. Pero sa ngayon, they're gonna have to work with that dahil they're behind 4 points. And Marikina is putting all the stops to make it happen.
Yes, as you mentioned, 5 trainings, but this is a long season. They have to be patient. They have to trust the system na i-implement ng coach at team nila. But on this side of Marikina naman, lumalabas agad yung sistema nila. They had a slow start, but they are leading by 4.
Quickly to adjust our Marikina. Wanted to make something happen here, Jolan. Wanted to go quick, patungo sa gitna, and that's Dahab making something happen.
That was their best reception in the last couple of rallies. And pag maganda yung bigay mo kay Jolan ng bola, you could expect her to make a beautiful play as well for the team. And that's what worked in that rally para sa side ng Caloocan.
Raslan at the service goes way off.
That was
Napalingon na lang din.
yes, an uncharacteristic serve for a veteran, but alam nating babawi yan. Sometimes you really take the risks. You want to go down the line with your service. Hindi lang gumana this time.
Minsan kasi may ideya na parang may gusto kang tutukan eh. It's just that was off. Wanted to go again. Yun naman, nandun yung tutok.
Yeah.
It's just that the timing was off.
And usually sa mga ganyan, pinag-usapan lang nila ano yung mali. Mataas pa yung set, mababa pa yung set, and mali ba yung timing ng attacker. But we hope that the next time Marikina executes a quick attack, it works.
Another error mula sa kupunan ng Caloocan.
A string of errors for both teams. For the veteran side of Caloocan, this could have been their moment na bumawi. Pero they're also contributing errors for the side of Marikina.
In order for you to build your momentum, you're gonna have to decrease those kinds of errors because it is heartbreaking. But look at Espinosa. That's a rejection.
Chica Espinosa, it was a pretty low pass because Jolan had to set it with an underhand set. But she still attacked with a strong hit. And couldn't score in that instance.
Lian Marcelo gets her first point. That float serve went all the way to the back.
Marikina cannot pull off straight points because they're also committing a lot of errors in the service line.
Kumbaga itong laban na to, no, kontian ng pagkakamali, and that's a service ace courtesy of Yolanda.
Yolanda, that was a high serve. Could have gone out. But number 6, Lenguaje, still try to get that ball.
Just gonna try to do it a little softer this time. Pero kung hindi malakas, medyo napahina naman. Another error para sa Caloocan. And I think a lot of those happen in the service area.
Yes. Hindi nakakabuo ng momentum si mga teams natin. kasi they're creating these errors that stop their own runs.
Marcelo with the serve. Yolan gets it across. Might be unintentional. Martinez at the front line. That goes out again.
There was
Both
no-
teams medyo nagsistruggle sila with coming up on their own
Yes,
offense.
the energy so far for both teams are very low right now. Wala sila masyadong mapaghuhugutan ng positive aura, ng positive energy. So let's hope someone attacks. Oh, not this time.
Oh, this is so difficult. Just imagine yung momentum booster mo sana. And that's what, Fiona was talking to us about kanina na parang kalimutan na natin yun during yung mga unang naging laban nila. But they're also gonna have to at least avoid their habits of continuous errors because they're not gonna be able to build up momentum.
Yes, and if either team, kailangan ng mindset mo, ito na yung time ko bumawi. Maraming errors yung kalaban, ito na yung time ko bumawi. But unfortunately, both teams have been causing a lot of errors.
There it goes again. Yet another one. And I think with a cold streak of both teams, there's gonna be some conversations needed for both Coach Andy Fiel and Coach Michael Palermo. We'll be right back.
Plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
You're still watching the second season of the MPVA, and you can catch all the games live and free exclusively on pusop.com. Your game, your community. Join now. Also powered by Smart, the official telco partner of the MPVA. Special thanks to our media partners Smart Sports and Puso Pilipinas. And that time, you can say thank you to Suzanne Roldan for finally putting some points on the board.
Yes, Suzanne Raslan ending the streak of errors for both teams. And maybe that second technical timeout was what they needed para gumising.
Oh. Instead of taking note of that, I'd just like to thank the special people that made this happen. It's the former Congresswoman Len Alonte Nagiat, Congressman Arman De Maguila Jr., Mayor Angelo Gel Alonte, Vice Mayor Jonalina Dada Reyes, and the City Councilor of Binyan. We'd also like to thank our sponsors, Easycle Sportswear and the Chocolate Republic Mini Mart. Going back to regular programming we go. Play continues. There's a reception. Ooh. Miscommunication there from Marikina. Diolan is gonna give it to Raslan.
That was a very close set to the net. Raslan could not do anything about that set. But it was also coming from a free ball. And even the free ball, nahirapan sila
Yeah.
ipasa perfectly kay Diolan.
Correct. Doon kasi magsisimula palagi yun Just try to find your groove in certain situations, and both teams are having a hard time trying to figure something out, and there it goes again. Another error. Kumbaga maganda yung intention diretso, direkta, just
Yeah, Lero has been the most consistent and pinakamabigat yung mga serves niya dito sa set na to. Unfortunate, but I think it's also fortunate for the side of Marikina na malaki pa rin yung lamang nila kahit they're committing a lot of errors.
there it goes. In goes the ball. Play action continues. Yolan tosses it up. Espinosa's gonna give a free ball. Rekta sa kaliwa. Palo. Goes in again. Marcelo makes it happen.
Marcelo from the open, from the outside. So take a look at this. Attack directly towards the fingers of the middle blocker of Caloocan. And no one was there to pick up the ball. It was a high ball.
Ball goes in again. Yolan leaves it for Espinosa. And that soft touch is good.
Chica Espinosa finally scoring for Caloocan. As the captain, you have to be the role model for the team. And maybe that would be the spark plug that the team needed. The momentum boost as they try to minimize this 4-point lead, 4 or 5-point lead.
That's the first point para dito kay Espinosa at naghahabol pa rin ang Caloocan ng 4 na puntos. Want to make something happen here. Serves are getting better for both teams, but then merong reception. May regalo pa pala. Caloocan. Just really difficult angles to work with there. Tapi ka na lang. Still works para sa Marikina.
You can see how Marikina is enjoying this game and how the setter is really trying to activate the middle attacker. Kasi as we can see, the trend karamihan sa larong to, dinadala lang sa wing spikers. So it's good to see more attacks from the middle.
20-15, Marikina slowly closing in on the first set. There's a reception that's nice. Unfortunately, may kaunting tapik sa net.
Marcelo admitting to touching the net. Sometimes you're too eager to block, hindi mo napapansin na hawakan mo na yung net. But the good thing is, may lamang pa rin ang Marikina. So they do not have to worry as much.
And Marcelo had to hear it from her coach, Andy Fiel. Because those errors are quite unlikely, but Martinez says, I got you, Lian. I got you today.
Yes, Martinez, our top scorer for Marikina from the past game. Breaking the block. But then again, for Caloocan, they're quite slow when it comes to catching the ball. Hindi nila nahahabol ng maayos yung bola from deflections.
Looks like Marikina is going to be putting in Precious Cruz, their serve specialist, pero magta-timeout ang Caloocan because they trail by 5, 21-16.
Ang daming instance na nangyayari na wala, hindi na isi-set, hindi na iangat ng kung sino, may papalo ba o wala, di ba? Tulong! Let's go!
From there, you heard the words of Coach Michael Palermo. He was talking about kung hindi natin masiset ng maayos, walang makakapalo. Hindi pa nga tayo sigurado kung may makakapalo ba. And that's a reality check for the Caloocan AM Spikers kasi gusto mong maumpisahan yung opensa mo agad.
Yes, so far we have not seen some clean, strong attacks kasi mostly adjustment shots yung mga nakakapuntos for the side of Caloocan.
Tanagan tosses it off. Lero. Kinulang. Again, it's the timing. Quite off from the combination play na gusto nilang gawin as Balmedina.
A couple of miscommunication errors in the middle for the side of Lero and Marikina.
Espinosa to serve. It's to Martinez. There's an attack again. Ngayon, ito namang Marikina ang nagko-commit ng dalawang sunod.
So, the Caloocan side, being the veterans that they are, they should capitalize on this. Espinosa serving very well right now.
Good serve from Espinosa. Martinez finding the gap at the back. Stopping the cold streak.
Martinez, this time, sinasabi niya, ay, hindi kami papayag na palitin niya yung lamang. We're gonna fight our way to end this set with the win. And so far, they're on track.
Martinez and Lenguaje leads the Lady Shoemasters with 3 points apiece. Solid serve. Landing right at the bottom. And with that being said, they're 2 points away from closing set 1.
Martinez, as early as now, already scoring half of her output from the first game. 4 points.
Another good serve. That time, Espinosa was there. Manalo tosses it off. Set again. Lenguaje wanted to give it, but nobody else was there. Good pancake from Tanagan to keep things alive. Caloocan na naman ang makukuhanan ng puntos.
Valdemina connecting with their new setter inside the court. Number 16, Precious Cruz. Was it Cruz or was it Sarte? But nevertheless, it was a good connection in the middle for the side of Marikina.
That time, the ace was there. And that is how we're gonna finish off this first set. A surprise from the youngsters. Martinez coming through. That spin was not enough for Espinosa to handle. Kuha nila ang first set. Marikina leading 25-18.
Only projects, plans, play, games. With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, games. With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
You're still watching Manny Pacquiao's Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association. Set number 1 ay kakatapos lamang between the WCC Marikina Lady Shoe Masters as they got it 25-18. It's been an all-around effort from both of the teams, but I have to say, whoever makes the less mistakes and errors, sila yung mas mataas ang tsansa na manalo sa laban na ito.
Yes, we mentioned time and time again that when you create an error, you break your own momentum. And there was a rough patch in the middle of the first set na walang umi-score, lahat errors. But the thing with Marikina is they became more composed in the end. They lessened their errors. Martinez was the main woman in that set. And actually the entire team was targeting Chica Espinosa, the captain of Caloocan. So for Espinosa, she should take this as an opportunity
Oo.
to lead the team by example.
Parang ano to eh. Sobrang nakaka-rage bait yun kung ikaw si Espinosa because you are the captain and yet ikaw ang target
Yes, and
ng
Marikina,
kupunan ng Marikina with those
Yes.
service. So that's really gonna be, a test of character
yes.
para dito kay Chica Espinosa. Pero looking at the sets, not a lot of blocks.
Yeah,
But hey, they made something happen.
yes, Marikina 10 points from attacks, but also both teams scoring double digits off of the errors of their opponents. So that's a glaring statistic, something you really want to cut in half, more than half, because 10 or 11 errors is too much in a single set.
At doon din nagkatalo, I would say, yung naging laban na yun. Because, again, those errors are very crucial, especially if you want to build some sort of life
Yes.
dito sa laban na ito. You're looking at Bridget Martinez leading the charge with 5 points in that very first set. Off to a great start, itong Marikina. And they're looking to break a history-long curse na meron ang kanilang kupunan because from last season, they weren't able to win a single game. But for this one, they're off to a great start in making something happen. Martinez again. May bigat ang bitaw. Atake na naman, Concepcion. There was something there. Quite out.
Good intention for Lero. Nagulatan yung kalaban. Idala agad sa kabilang side ng court yung bola. The second ball, it was wide, but good intention. First point goes to Caloocan.
Yolan. Martinez receives it. Back row attack. It's gonna be cancelled for a bit. Espinosa. They're just gonna toss it around. Concepcion setting it up. Back row once more. Just not enough height para kay Lenguaje to make that happen.
Yes, Lenguaje sends the ball straight to the net. And Caloocan with a 2-0 lead right away. Mirroring yung umpisa nila ng first set na Caloocan din ang lamang.
Nahihirapan din sila na ibalik yung bitaw nitong si Diolan. That's where I think she's making quite an impact. Kasi kanina medyo malamig pa eh. Even her sets were quite cold. But for this one, tila may refreshed.
Yes.
Diolan ang kita natin ngayon. Another good serve. And that time, di naman natin kailangan paluin, sabi ni Val Medina.
Yes, great adjustment for Valdemina. Lero this time, successful ang kanyang middle set. But Valdemina still had to adjust for that. So there's still a lot of work to do for these two.
Martinez serves. That's an error from Diolan. And slowly, but surely, Marikina is carving it up para makabalik.
Martinez continues her great service run right from the end of set 1.
Diolan with the set. Sa may bandang kanan. What a set from the back. Marikina's adding on the board courtesy of Nieva.
Nieva is a new addition for the Marikina, for the Caloocan starting 6 in the second set.
Darabella Nieva makes his first point. Lenguaje naman. Nieva gets it. Diolan. And then to Espinosa. There's a touch. Back row attack. Concepcion safely gets it to Lero and the power spike. Out of nowhere. Liam Lenguaje. Great approach, and that was a power spike presented by Smart Power All 99. Load now. Yung mga ganong klase ng galaw, pang momentum booster yun eh.
Magigising talaga yung team mo, and you're gonna definitely get the confidence boost that you need, pero nasira yung momentum agad. Like we mentioned, the trend in the first set, sinisira nila yung kanilang mga own runs with their service errors. Hopefully that's something they could address as the game goes by.
We're gonna have to avoid some of those, because again, they were building something up. Martinez, inako na yung bola. Lenguaje again!
Lenguaje with a fireball, not contained by the floor defense of Caloocan. Well, look at this replay. She targeted the middle attacker who just got off from a serve.
Liam Lenguaje with 5 points in this game. Great serve. Diolan, combination play. Espinosa throws it down.
Chica Espinosa and Diolan with a statement combination play. This just shows the potential of this team that we've mentioned have just practiced for a few times. So what more as they progress in the season?
What a strike. Targeting the back line. This girl is a problem. Liam Lenguaje doing everything for Marikina.
Attacking from the left, attacking from the right side. Whatever side she's from, she's capable of scoring.
Wahe's service. Yolan wanted to stick it to a friend. Palik pushes. Yolan wanted to go 1-2. Palo na lang agad. Lucilero. Lipat sa kabila. Martinez. Taganan was there. Free ball for Marikina. Concepcion. Now the soft touch. Blocking is active for Marikina. Concepcion sets. Martinez spikes. And that goes in for the Lady Shoemasters.
That was probably one of the best rallies of the match. Nakita natin the way both teams adjust from the digs, how they read their opponent's offense, and Martinez still ending that rally.
Martinez with 8 last game. Now she has 6. Close to even being better. Martinez had to adjust. Setting up the attack again. Comes up short.
A good thing that we're noticing right here is gumaganda na rin yung reception ng parehong teams.
Yup.
Jolan, hindi na underhand yung lahat ng sets niya. Nakaka-opportunity na siya na mag-set sa middle. So, it's an upward trend when it comes to the reception for Caloocan.
Pero lamang na ang Marikina, so they're gonna have to do something about that. Look at Martinez. Jolan goes left. Oh, that's a very difficult angle to do. Espinosa had no choice but to even touch it para lang mailipat sa kabila. The first technical timeout. It's Marikina leading 8-6.
Only projects, plans, play, games! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Volleyball Association. From a winless season last year, Marikina has become this year's surprise contender. Still chasing their first win, but now with energy, heart, and visible progress. Head coach Andy Fiel says the team is still rebuilding, composed mostly of student athletes who are not only new to the squad, but to one another. Coming off exams and limited training time, they know they're not the most polished team, but they're improving game by game. Every tournament, every set, they're learning, bonding, and building. They're young and tend to be a bit too hard on themselves, sabi nga ni Coach Andy, but we remind them to not compare. Just do your best the way you know you can. For Marikina, the goal isn't just winning. It's about energy, consistency, and showing up with heart. They've come into this league with nothing to lose and everything to gain, and right now, this underdog team is proving that youth is not a hindrance to greatness. Back to you, Hans and Pons.
For a team that has a lot of responsibilities na kailangan nilang i-juggle, this Marikina squad is showing up student and then athlete. That is Fiona Bacani right there. Much love and thank you for that report. It's Marikina off to a really solid start in set number 1 at nagtutuloy-tuloy pa rin as another block happens para kay Shana Lipalek.
In the span of Fiona's report and your commentary, Hans, nakadalawang points na si Palek. She did not play in the first set, but she's making a statement here in the second set.
10-6. This has been a 5-0 run. May tulak na naman. And this time, ang magsastop ng bleeding ng Caloocan ay ang Marikina pa mismo as an error was there.
Yeah, a net touch, too eager on that block. But the good thing is both teams are playing smoother. Mas high quality yung action na nakita natin sa second set as compared to what we saw in the first set.
Putting on service. And from the looks of it, may error na naman. Ang Caloocan, I think it was more of the rotation once again.
They should avoid those types of errors. It's errors that are very unfortunate to have kasi there's no effort. Hindi man nag-effort yung team and you give the point right away to the opponent. This time, wala pang pito ang ating first referee, Chopitea, eager to serve. Just given a second chance this time.
Taking note of the situation. You would understand her kasi kakapasok niya pa lang eh. So, she's very eager to do the service. Gets it inside. Yolan tosses it to the left. Reception by Marikina. Lero. Palek. Puts a stop. But it's not gonna be a block. Instead, it just grazed the net.
It was a net block. Palek with 2 consecutive errors right after scoring 2 points. So that's one thing she should be worried about.
Concepcion gets service. Lero to Martinez. Espinosa was there but Yolan di niya nahabol yung bola to get there.
The thing we're noticing with Caloocan is naangat nila yung mga first ball, but sometimes may miscommunication sa kung sino yung habol ng second ball, and they just lose the point easily.
The regular is for you to get it to the setter, but at the same time, the setter's too far. Kailangan makapag-adjust. Spike from the back row mula kay Palek. Same could be said, but good sense of awareness. Concepcion was there. Nobody else was afterwards.
Yes, they thought the ball was dead. Concepcion able to use her foot to keep it alive. As you can see in her reaction a while ago, she was shocked that no one thought the ball was still alive.
But an error is there again para kay Diolan, who, by the way, was doing a really good job noong unang mga minuto ng ating second set.
Yes, we've seen Caloocan's best spikes and in the start of the second set.
Martinez serving. Yolan gets it once more. Concepcion will keep it alive. Free ball para sa Marikina. Yolan wants to go to Nieva. Was blocked. Yolan goes to the right. Free ball na naman. Oh, but wait.
Someone touched the net. I think
Yet
it was
again.
Lenguaje. She was not even attempting to block. She touched the net. Point goes. Let's see what happened right here at the replay. Oh, she does. She did touch the net from her block. Supposedly a free ball from Caloocan.
Lero, babawi na lang si Lenguaje. Marikina still can't get it. Pero sa oras na yon, Caloocan making something happen.
Rhea Manalo with her most powerful hit of the day. Yolan, good adjustment set. Binigay sa back row, binigay sa back set rather. And,
Unang puntos yun eh. Itong si Rhea Manalo. Still there. Lero's gonna give a free ball. Yolan. Oh, the combination play was not there just yet. Leros gonna have to find a way. Joust at the middle. Concepcion says it's mine. Laban na naman. Manalo taking it.
it was a battle at the net for both Caloocan and Marikina. A lot of ladies jumping from the middle and from the opposite, from the open. It was a Manalo's core strength that got her that point.
Pakahirap ng pwesto na yon, but for Lenguaje, down the line. Yung mga ganun, parang ano yun, no? Parang it's giving Aragalang.
Yes, she idolizes Aragalang. That's definitely yung mga attacks na nakaharap ka sa cross court, but then you swing towards the down the line area. That takes skill and a lot of practice.
Liam Lenguaje has 7. Espinosa power spike. Not gonna go. Lenguaje again!
Lenguaje.
What an approach. What a power spike presented by Smart Power All 99. You gotta look now because Lenguaje is all loaded up with firepower, leading all scorers with 8.
She did that with 2 blockers in front of her. Such grit and confidence from this young lady right here.
Lenguaje with 8, Marikina with 15. Precious Cruz with the service. Yulan, someone was right there, but down the line it goes as well. Para kay Manalo.
Rhea Manalo in her stay in the front row has scored 3 points already. All from various reasons, various skill sets that she has shown.
Concepcion with a reception. Lero, too low. The ball goes too low, but hey, still works. It is still Marikina making something happen. They lead by 3, 16-13. Just look at this.
She just saved the ball. And Caloocan, every player was just looking right there.
Nobody home for Marikina as they take a 3-point lead.
Projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
You're still watching the second season of Manny Pacquiao's Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association, and you can catch all the games live and free exclusively on pusop.com. Your game, your community. Join now. Also powered by Smart, the official telco partner of the MPVA. Special thanks to our media partners Smart Sports and Puso Pilipinas. Continuation of this matchup, as that's Lenguaje once more. Palik sa kabila. Retrieved yet again by Caloocan. Lero with a dig. Lenguaje turning the tides around. Kita niya yung likod eh. Just couldn't get it under the line.
It was a rare error for Lenguaje. Pero kita natin, bukang bibig agad niya. Babawi ako, babawi ako. And that's what a scoring leader does.
16-14. Goes out. Concepcion. Great read.
Rhea Manalo, their spark plug, their main contributor for the second set. It was an error right there.
Scoring leader, Liam Lenguaje, is to go for the attack. What a quick, just not enough trajectory for it to go down.
Yes, that's actually a good set from Diolan. I think just missing a flick of the wrist from the middle attacker.
Serve again. Ayun, si Roslan ang masusupalpal. Chopitea makes it happen.
Roslan was hoping to reintroduce herself with a strong attack. Pero na-block iyon ng Marikina. And the thing that was missing was yung coverage, because it's just normal to get blocked. But the floor defenders have to be ready to cover.
As of this point, Coach Michael Palermo is trying to keep on instructing her girls that we're in a really difficult situation, and medyo malalaman mo rin yung potential nila if they continue to train more. But at the same time, yung amuya nila sa loob ng floor, yun yung medyo hindi mo pa talaga matuturo ng sobra. So you're gonna have to work with the cards that you're dealt with.
Yes, the girls have to do their best with what they have right now, with the chemistry they have right now.
Should I say 19-14, Yolanda. Basa yan itong si Lero. Martinez. Great spike. A little bit of English is gonna put them at the 20-point mark.
Yeah, Lenguaje doing a great job at the service line, And when she goes at the back, it's Martinez who replaces her in the front row. So, walang nawawala. Yung top scorers nyo, there's always a top scorer in the front row. It's either Martinez or Lenguaje, the main leaders for Marikina's scoring.
Look at Coach Andy Fiel also given an opportunity para dito kay Aguila.
This
Kasi
time.
mabababad pa siya sa front row eh. Although, that error is just not gonna help kasi mas
Yes.
bibilis yung ikot.
Yes, Lenguaje tried to risk it too much, targeting the right side, but it went wide.
Service now for Raslan. Comes up short. Narinig mo rin eh, dun sa bola that
Yeah.
she was only able to graze it.
It's not the right contact, and Raslan is not having the best game so far. A lot of people are expecting her to really lead the team in this game, pero so far she has not contributed much for their cause.
Chopitea gets it in. Yolan goes left. Good block, but nobody home to get it.
Nieva, as we mentioned, she was not part of the first set. This time, through the block, and Lero was just late for that pancake save.
Still not over, 21-16. Martinez, though, gets rejected that time.
Same problem like that Caloocan had a while ago. Yes, you attacked and there was a block, but there was no coverage. Or at least for the side of Marikina in this last instance, nasa gitna na dalawang players yung block. So, hindi nila alam sino yung kukuha.
Babalik si Espinosa para kay Raslan. Sa likod naman si Aguila. Palobo ang kanyang bitaw. There may be some, first insert jitters
Yeah.
kasi bagong pasok pa lang siya sa ating laban ngayon. So that may be a factor, but it's not gonna help you in that case. There it goes once more. Lero wanted to go middle. The raise is there on the other side.
Error.
That's another error para
Yes.
sa Marikina.
And now the lead is down to just 2 points. Marikina too much consecutive errors.
There
So-
needs to be more conversations with them kasi they had as much of a 5-point lead,
Yes.
but for these young girls, it's all about the composure eh. Kung paano mo mahahawakan at mapapanatili yung lamang mo.
Yes, up until the last points, naalagaan nila yung lamang nila eh. But this time, yung consecutive errors, it's really proving to be costly. Kasi yung ang laki ng lamang, ngayon dalawa na lang. And for the side of Aguila, for example, she's a new insertion in the
Laking
the
pressure
six,
niyan.
yes. But also you have to make sure to do your best as soon as you enter the court.
Pero para sa Caloocan, they've been doing such a good job. And that was led by Ledesma.
Yes, Ledesma, we have not mentioned her name a lot today, but that was a point that really mattered. A great momentum building block for the side of Caloocan. And Palek gets in as Aguila goes out. Coach not risking so much anymore.
21-20, only a point. Martinez goes low. And we are all tied up at 21.
Pressure now building up for the side of Marikina. Lero was not able to give that set well. The set was too far from the net, but Martinez still tried to attack it sharply.
5-0 run, make it 6. May regalo para kay Nieva.
The tables have sort of turned. Ngayon mas nakita natin ang relax lang ng laro ng Caloocan. They're just putting the ball on the other side, blocking the net, making sure na nadedepensahan nila yung mga palo. Meanwhile, on Marikina, minsan, you just have to give a free ball pero pinapalo mo pa ng malakas. When instead, kayang i-reset mo na lang yung rally. So those are things that these young players are definitely going to learn as they move on with their volleyball careers.
we're not, hearing the conversations from the huddle nitong si Coach Andy Fiel, but you sort of see his frustration and yung body language niya na
Yes.
sinasabi na kailangan nyo lang itawid, right?
Yes.
You just have to get it across. No need to um, overpower it. Medyo abangan. But hey, the reception's there. Once more, running attack. Concepcion was there for the dig. Palek. A bit more power. Dolian. Ooh, backhanded. Take para kay Bal Medina, but Concepcion was there once more. Caloocan retrieves. Dolian gets it to Nieva. Dug again. Martinez. Now it's Palek. Soft touch. Quick. Lenguaje with the reception. Palek once more. This has turned out to be a really solid rally. And in the end, Caloocan gets it again.
That was probably the longest rally of the match. And we can see both teams, great floor defense. And to si Manalo, pinasok na lang niya eh. Just put the top spin. But Lero was not able to put that up. Sayang. Kasi that was not even a strong attack.
Oh, that was...
Good composure, I
Yup.
could say, for both teams to keep that rally that long.
This is a 7-0 run. Nagaling sa kupunan ng Caloocan. Diolan. Strike again. Set point para sa Caloocan.
Nieva proving to be a big factor for Caloocan in this set, and we should also credit Ledesma. Yung blockings niya has been a very big threat for their side this set.
An 8-0 run para sa AM Spikers. Martinez gets it across. Nieva again goes wide. There's still some breathing room para sa Marikina.
Nieva unable to end the set just yet. Giving Marikina the opportunity na bumawi pa, humabol pa. Because it's very capable. Marikina has shown they're also good in transition plays. So let's see what they're gonna do.
Now a service is very important. And they get a service ace to keep things alive for the Lady Shoemasters.
Initially, Jolan thought that that ball did not hit the floor, but it was definitely a clean ace for Palek.
Shanali Palek has 3 points in the second set, not scoring in the first one.
And what has haunted Caloocan in the first set was the receptions. That's something that na-address nila dito sa second set, but yung pressure dito sa end game, that's the one thing you have to do right now, to pass well, to give it to Diolan, to give her the opportunity na mag-set for her spikers. Kasi pag pinaghabol mo si Diolan, she's gonna have a hard time giving a good set.
All the pressure on Palek right now. Upon getting this service in. And that call looks like we're going to an extension of this set.
That was a rotation error. Ledesma not in their proper position.
Oh, wow. That's gotta hurt if you're
Yes,
Caloocan.
Yes. Hindi man lang pinaghirapan yung error. But they have to shrug this off right away.
All 24 breaks of the game, Pons. There it goes. Basket goes in. Now Espinosa's gonna give a free ball. Marikina bench is hyped. Martinez still can't make it happen. Caloocan lives. Another spike and they get it in.
You can see and hear Baldemina asking for that set. One would think that you would give the ball to Martinez, but no. They give it to Baldemina off the block.
At sobrang hirap na set nun para kay Raven Sarte. Just really squatting her entire body to make that happen. Now Marikina's at set point. Soft touch. Martinez was there. Tulak na naman. Sarte setting up for the captain. Ball is still on play. Yolan. Balik there. Back row attack. They will not be able to get the point just yet. Sarte. Blocked again. Sarte second try to the captain. Yolan goes for back row. Palek was there. Lenguaje. Oh, this is such a long rally, but a very important point.
That was a miscommunication. That was too high of a risk to give in the final point. Kudos to both teams.
What a return. What a counter attack from Marikina after not being able to score 8 straight points. They've landed the last 4 to get them the second set victory. We'll be back for the third.
Tuloy. Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, game. With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, game. With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, game. With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, game. With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
To 18, 26 to 24, Marikina has done a pretty good job of the feeling of grasping, ginagapang nila yung kanilang unang panalo in MPVA history, and what a moment for them. A joust against Caloocan ang nangyari sa dulo ng ating second set.
Yes, to consider na mas bata itong team ng Marikina, sila pa yung mas may composure in the end game. That's something we should address, na itong side ng Caloocan na composed of mostly veterans, na medyo kumalas sila sa dulo ng second set. And sayang. But at the same time, it's something to celebrate para sa side naman ng Marikina na nairaos nila yung multiple set points na nagkaroon yung Caloocan.
Look at the bench just They couldn't believe it themselves.
Yes, they're just celebrating.
You're looking at the stats right now.
Yes.
Caloocan had 3 blocks.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Marikina still had nothing. Pero paano ba sila nanalo dito?
Sa instances na nagkakaroon tayo ng mga dues, it's really the one extra error of Caloocan, the 3 extra attacks of Marikina, the 1 extra ace of Marikina that made it work for them. And also, on the positive side naman, for the side of Caloocan, Ledesma, I think she's contributed a couple of blocks. Not scoring everything, pero yung presence niya sa net is something that hindi naman natin pwedeng i-disregard. She's contributed a lot for this team.
Points to add to your point, as we start off set number 3 with, unfortunately and ironically, another error, yung nangyari din kanina na rotational fault ng Caloocan that placed the score in an all-24 tie when the AM Spikers were about to finish it off.
Yes.
Just look at this. A service ace galing kay Dahab.
They have a middle blocker for Caloocan has been quite silent in the past sets, but she has a good floater of a serve.
Play continues now. Lenguaje can't get the volleyball to fall. Goes out. But there's a net fault. So instead of a point, it's an error yet again.
Raslan, the top scorer for Caloocan in the first game, has had a shaky game so far, pero binigyan ulit siya ng opportunity ni coach to start in this set 3. So,
Concepcion receiving. Nobody home. Romolyo pa yung bola. Free ball para sa kanila ngayon. And that time, it's all good para kay Bal Medina.
so the middle connection, patuloy na ini-improve ni Lero. Of course, the more chances, the more opportunities that they execute a middle attack, mas gumaganda yung chemistry nila.
Averaging 2 points per set dito sa laban natin ngayon. Tanagan can't hold it. And Bal Medina would have 2 straight points. Another courtesy of the service ace.
So Bal Medina scoring from the front row and also from the service line.
Nakuha niya na yung average niya.
Yes.
Quiet with the service. Rolls off the net. Regalo pa ata. Marikina would have a chance to set this one up. And Lenguaje using the blockers to get a point.
So Lenguaje angled her attack again towards the down the line area. So yung blockers, just using the arms of the blockers to deflect the ball. Sometimes you don't need to aim for the floor. You just need to aim for the arms of the blockers.
Again, it rolls off. Bal Medina, 2 out of her 3 points in this set have been service aces, leaving Caloocan stunned.
Bal Medina also with a little bit of luck, scoring a couple of service aces already. Caloocan must be swift.
Goes
Right.
wide. Ruslan breaking her cold streak. Slowly coming up.
Raslan, a clean hit for her. She's definitely gonna be needed by this team if they want to extend the match.
3 points para ay Suzanne Raslan. As we are all tied up at 4 points. Ando na naman yung bitaw. And they can't get it across. What a point from Lero.
Good effort on the side of Caloocan. Lero being very creative.
Yeah, I'm sure that there's a lot of things to talk about, but for now, let's hear the team's thoughts from our courtside reporter, Fiona Bacani.
Down 2 sets, emotions ran high in the Caloocan huddle. Frustration was written all over coach's face as he challenged his players. Ano, kaya pa ba? Lalaruin pa ba natin to? And the message was clear. It was now or never. Amidst the pressure, Daranyeva stepped up to remind the girls that the game isn't over. Hindi pa to tapos, sabi niya. Ito yung mga moments na wala tayong choice kundi laruin to hanggang dulo. Huwag tayo papauna kasi kayang-kaya naman natin to. With their backs against the wall, Caloocan will continue to fight. And now it's all down to grit and refusing to give up when there's so much more to give. Back to you, Hans and Pons.
Maraming salamat, Miss Fiona Bacani, for that report. And I like that question. You know, parang tinatanong ni Coach Michael Palermo ang kanyang mga manlalaro na parang, ano, kaya pa ba? Kasi minsan, it depends on how you receive it, right? On how you dwell with it. And at this moment, hindi pa. Malayo pa sa pagsuko ang Caloocan as they are down by just one. But Marikina is proving to be a very difficult opponent for them. Hindi ka na masupal. Lero with it. Again, another dig. Free ball para sa Caloocan. This might be helpful for them. Can't get it. Instead, Martinez with an off-speed shot yet again. That's his specialty so far.
Yes, and the placement of the shot, her main intention must maybe to just put the ball over, but luckily they scored the point.
Play in. Roslan, reception. What a play. Just a better dig. Martinez again. Yolan to Roslan and nobody home for the ace.
Ruslan is awake. And take a look at this was a back row shot, but she's put so much power into it. And bouncing off from Fiona's report, some volleyball and team sports are not only about skills. Sometimes it's about your mindset, your emotional bandwidth. So it's good that the coaches are also addressing those things in their timeouts.
Because it is very important. You can't get tilted as long as meron ka pang chance para makabawi. And just like that, you love seeing some spirit mula sa Caloocan, specifically from Jane Dahab.
Yes, at kita mo yung gutom nila. Kita mo the way they celebrate in this third set. Iba yung gutom nila to win, to make it up, para bumawi and i-extend pa itong larong to.
Goes again, a serve. Received by Concepcion. Combination played on. And then there's a rejection. Oh, what placement mula kay Palik.
So you can see Palek just timing Shika Espinosa's attack, and there was no one to cover that ball.
The first to get to 8 will be going to a quick break.
Projects, plans, play, games! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Catch all the games live and free exclusively on pusop.com. Your game, your community. Join now. Also powered by Smart, the official telco partner of the MPVA. Special thanks to our media partners Smart Sports and Puso Pilipinas, at maraming salamat din po to our former Congresswoman Len Alonte Nagiat, Congressman Arman Di Maguila Jr., Mayor Angelo Gel Alonte, Vice Mayor John Nalina Dada Reyes, and the City Councilor of Binyan. Also to our sponsors, Easykill Sportswear and the Chocolate Republic Mini Mart. Maraming salamat po to all of our sponsors and personnel for making this happen dito sa Binyan City, Laguna. Because mamaya, lalaban din ang kanilang home team dito mismo sa kanilang home turf. But then, Martinez treating this one just like it's home. And that is Your Games Community Cam, powered by pusop.com. Your game, your community. Martinez coming through. By the way, Pons, he has already 10 points.
Yes. Double-digit scoring.
Right on cue yet again. Pero nasupal na siya sa pagkakataon na yon. And that was courtesy of Jane Dahab.
And if you're Caloocan, you really have to mark Martinez. You really have to focus your net defense sa mga outside hitters nitong Marikina. Because sa kanila yung bulk ng scoring eh.
Jolan again, the serve specialist. Swift swerve, quite close. They still kept it alive. Jolan wanted to go to the other side, off angle. Jolan na naman, andun sa likod. Lero wanted to keep things alive and a spike goes out, but there's a touch. So Caloocan gets a point.
Team captain Shika Espinosa with a emphatic attack. It was a regalo. So, yung aggressiveness sa net, kailangan yan eh. Hindi lang middles yung kailangan aggressive sa net. Dapat bantayan mo yung part mo sa net and be ready na bumalik yung bola.
She's a little quiet dito sa laban natin ngayon. And that's another error. Not a service ace whatsoever. It's just that Marikina's having a hard time receiving. And now, Caloocan's at the driver's seat.
Yes, Caloocan and Diolan with their heavy serves.
Jolan proving to be a difficult opponent at the service line. Concepcion slowly giving it to Martinez. Jolan again. Espinosa naman. Cross court. What a spike from Espinosa. That was a power spike presented by Smart Power All 99. Load now. That was a difficult thing to do.
Yes, and Shika Espinosa, unti-unting lumalabas yung laro niya. We know she's a very prolific spiker.
There it goes again. Buhay pa para sa Caloocan. Now Concepcion is to go the other side. Balmedina. Now they find itong si Martinez. There's a spike pero masyadong malakas.
Same error as a while ago eh. Maganda na yung connection ni Diolan at ni Dahab. But there's something a little bit off. A little lang. Kasi nakita naman natin maganda yung timing eh. But the ball continues to go out.
Everything but the landing, no?
Yes, everything but the point.
Panek serves. Raslan receives. Now there's a spike. What a strong swing.
That was a great attack by Rhea Manalo. Rhea Manalo has been a crucial part of the Caloocan squad in the second set. And this time, she's really proving na she's also very strong. Hindi lang mautak, but also strong.
There it goes. Lero gives it to Martinez. And she finds the left side of the court yet again.
So, Martinez and Lenguaje having a field day, attacking zone 1, attacking the down the line area. Something na medyo hindi na-address ng Caloocan swiftly.
Martinez for service. Yolan to the back line. Martinez still has it. Itatawid nila. Yolan again. There's a quick. And that's a point for Caloocan.
Finally, Dahab with the good connection with Diolan. And that was a very strong and well-angled quick attack. Something na kanina pa nila pinagtatrabahuhan pero finally it's paying off right now.
Dahab has come alive in this one. But as soon as I said that, tumama sa antena. So another error ang maglalapit sa Marikina ng isang puntos sa Caloocan.
Cancelled it with the error, and we could notice the Caloocan side. There is no libero on the court. Dahab, even if she's the middle blocker, she's receiving for the team. So it's an interesting group of 6.
There goes Dahab making something happen. The quick, enough to be retrieved by Marikina. Ooh, Raslan doing the same thing as Espinosa did.
That was a good thing that we mentioned Dahab not needing a libero to replace her. because she had a good reception and had a good dig right after. And Raslan just finishing the point.
Caloocan fighting back in set number 3. Lero, soft touch. Still playable. Oh, wait. Apparently not, says our first official referee. Bird's eye view. Mati, kita niya yung kamay.
Yes, I think Ledesma was called for a lifting violation or a ball handling.
Lero now at the service line. Strong spike, but Dahab has it. They go to Raslan once again. Down the line it goes.
Susan Raslan. Let's take a look at this replay. Great approach, but she just angles it towards the down the line. Same as what the Marikina wingers have been doing. Sometimes it's not all power. It's mostly about angles and shifting your body mid-air.
They're seeing some more openings dito sa set number 3, but the same could be said para sa Marikina as Dagarat scores.
What this? Dagarat facing the middle, angling towards the left side naman. So it's also nice for middle blockers to work with their angles.
10 puntos pa rin ang kanilang hinahabol. Yolan can get it. Martinez. This is a free ball. Given to Marikina. Hampas na naman. Now from the back row. Concepcion has it. Martinez. Power. Still composure mula sa Caloocan. Another long rally awaits. Except for the fact that it was an offset. Courtesy of Marikina. And now, there's a 2-point lead na hinahawakan ng Caloocan AM Spikers. Can they take care of it and take set number 3?
Projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Up next is the home turf, the home squad of the Binyan Tatak Gel Arellano Chiefs going up against the Negros Immaculada Mega Wide Blue Hawks. An opportunity for the home team na ito ang kanilang unang laro to showcase for everybody else that is surrounding them kontra sa kanilang mga kalaban that is looking to avenge the recent losses as well. Balik tayo sa laro ngayon. Timing again is yet the problem para sa Marikina.
I think Lero tried to do a double quick play again. It was a quick play, but more situated on the right side of the court. Did not work, and I guess now is not the time to really make big risks.
Ball goes out though. Para kay Ledesma, who was been a solid contributor for her team. It's just that she's also been the suspect to some of the errors na kanilang nagagawa sa service line.
Yes, in the side of Caloocan, mas crucial sa kanila na bawasan yung errors because this is the last set, their last chance to still stay alive in this game.
Precious Cruz, Marikina serve specialist, is at the service line. Easily retrieved by the libero. Espinosa scores yet again for Caloocan.
This time, the outside hitters of Caloocan really working hard. That was a great set from Diolan, by the way. And Chica Espinosa, it was too hot to handle for the defenders of Marikina.
Now Diolan putting on those powerful serves yet again. Attack na naman. But Manalo can't get it. Martinez was there. Ball still in action. What a heave. Meron na naman. Positioning has been key. La Serna can't get it.
We remember Lero has attempted that. Lero rather has attempted that second ball push in the first or second set, but this time success.
Lero has 5. Diolan, underhanded set. Patungo kay Manalo. He's gonna give it to Espinosa, and that goes wide. Down by 1. Yet again, ang Marikina.
Shika Espinosa, a creative idea of doing the cut shot, but the angle was too steep.
Medyo back to regular programming na naman. Ang Marikina doing a 3-0 run to make something happen. Espinosa, spike, finds the back line.
This is the captain, being the role model. Ito yung hinahanap natin kanina na Shika has to speak up more, to score more, because siya yung leader ng team na ito eh.
Tsaka mas pansin mo, no, compared to the first 2 sets, in set number 3, mas naka-designate siya for positioning in the attacks. But Roslan, Concepcion with a one-handed dig. Martinez wanted to go, but she doesn't have enough.
Yes, Caloocan pulling away, and itong Marikina, uncharacteristic errors. If that could be avoided had they set the ball a little bit farther from the net.
Ooh. That is a service ace, courtesy of El Capitana.
Chica Espinosa targeting the center back row, and she's really avenged herself from her performance in the first and second sets.
Pons, the first 2 sets, Espinosa has only scored 2. Now she has 5 in the third set alone for a total of 7. And for Marikina, this is now their test of character. Kasi kanina nakita natin yung nakahabol sila eh. But in a set where you could potentially win the game already, how will Marikina approach this?
I believe na kailangan lang nila ilabas kung ano yung laro nila ng first 2 sets, that they were composed in the end game. But it's gonna be a hard task since we've seen na Caloocan gising na sila ngayon. They're playing more in their system. So for Marikina, they have to try to keep up. Hindi pwedeng they're just staying at their level.
But they have to be careful with those errors. That ball goes outside for Bridget Martinez.
Speaking of errors, you cannot commit errors when you're catching up in the end game. And at this moment, hindi pwedeng nakikipagpalitan lang ng points yung Marikina sa Caloocan.
The same could be said. Pon, you have a way with words, no?
Yeah. Sorry. But yes, you cannot commit errors in the end game because both teams have the sense of urgency. Marikina humahabol this set, Caloocan lamang. Pero kailangan nila tong set na to para magstay alive.
22-19. Marikina is still trailing by 3. Have to avoid errors as much as possible, and that should be an ace. And again, Espinosa is the suspect of that.
Yes, just right when we thought na naka-move on na yung Caloocan dun sa problema nilang yun, like in the first 2 sets, that no one was getting the second ball, it happened again. So they have to address that right away.
That was courtesy of Bal Medina. Dahab gets it. Yolan, back row attack. Concepcion was ready. Lenguaje. No. Buddy home. Espinosa a little too late. And we're going back to history books.
Yes.
It's happening again. Let's hear it from Caloocan.
Yun dito. Wala talagang wala kasi tayong magagawa ngayon. Kailangan lang natin tsagain to. Okay, tsagain lang tsagain. Mahirap. Mahirap talaga, eh kaso wala, dito tayo.
Michael Palermo talking to the girls. It was probably like, ando na eh. Nangyari na eh. But we're gonna have to move forward.
At wala tayong narinig na technical
Oo.
pointers eh. It's more about motivating the girls na lumaban eh. Because they know what they should do.
Is the timeout enough para mas lalo magising ang diwa ng Caloocan? Apparently not. What an answer from Bal Medina.
I think we have seen Val Medina with a couple of aces at the start of this set. She's just replicating yung output na yan ngayon as she returned to the service line.
Lenguaje has 10. Martinez has 11. Bal Medina has 9. Raslan. Now Lero goes. Dahab on the other side. Retrieved still after a black touch. Lenguaje finding it. And we are seeing Marikina take the lead.
Marikina exploiting yung problema ng Caloocan kanina pa na nagtitinginan sila. They're waiting for each other to get the ball.
Lenguaje with 11. And I think we're gonna have to listen to Caloocan one more time in under 5 minutes.
Subukan natin pilitin, i-up natin yung team natin. Kasi wala na, nating tulos tayo ngayon, oh. Itodo nyo na.
Hey, cover tayo! Hey, tulad tayo sa isip ba? Hardball kasi tara. Ayan!
Lenguaje, Martinez, the Marikina Lady Shoe Masters are 2 points away from clinching their first ever victory in the MPVA. Can they make it happen with the next few possessions? Balmedina has been the core to that counter attack. And there it goes again.
One of the two main problems of Caloocan today is aside sa nagtitinginan sila minsan, it's they're struggling with their coverage. They should anticipate that there's a possibility na mabablock yung mga palo nila. Dapat handa sila sa
Daragat
baba.
with a rejection. Match point. Victory point for Marikina. Roslan. She will be denied. And Marikina, after a year of heartbreak,
They're calling the team captains. I think there's a possibility that the ball may have hit the floor first before the player and was out of bounds. But we have to wait kung ano yung magiging decision ng ating mga referees.
this is big. Our referees will probably talk about it in a bit, and apparently that's not the case anymore. Victory is written in the history books para sa Marikina. From last year's winless record, the Lady Shoe Masters, all smiles, starting off their first 2 games with a win against Caloocan.
It's amazing to witness yung growth nila as a team. This same core of young players showing such maturity at a young age.
Was an all-around team effort. You see the disappointment coming in from Caloocan. They did not expect this level of competition among galing sa Marikina Lady Shoe Masters. Lenguaje with 11, Martinez with 11, and Marikina with win number 1.
Only projects, plans, play, games! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Unli projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Unli 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Unli projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Unli 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Unli projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Unli 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Unli projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Unli 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Marikina takes their very first victory in MPVA after 2 seasons. The youngsters have showcased kontra sa Caloocan AM Spikers kung ano ang kaya nilang gawin. Pons, talk to me about this. There are a lot of players that contributed into this game. Pero sino nga ba ang umangat sa lahat as the queen of the court?
Yes, we chose Bridget Martinez as the queen of the court for today. Actually, ang daming deserving players, yes, but Bridget Martinez has been consistent even from their first game as the top scorer for this team. And kung kailangan ng puntos, sa kanya kumakapit yung team. And that's what you're looking for in a leader.
And she has a lot of, potential off-speed hits. But now, it's time to talk to her together with our courtside reporter, Fiona Bacani.
Yes, so kasama nga po natin ngayon ang ating queen of the court, none other than Bridget Martinez. Bridget, wow! History in the making, truly. And earlier when I was talking to you, you told me that, since you guys are the underdogs in this league with that nothing to lose, everything to gain mindset, how has that helped you, especially in this match?
Syempre, dahil wala naman kami dahil na underdogs nga kami, dahil nga mga players namin is student athlete and konti pa yung experience namin. So talagang kinapitan lang namin, and especially dun sa mga coaches namin nagtiwala sa amin. And yun, thank you Lord. Yun, nakuha naman namin.
And Bridget, actually, it's been 2 years. The last time the Marikina Ladies Shoe Masters has won was in 2023. This is such a historic win, especially since your college joined the Marikina team. So overall, how does it feel, especially that you've led this team to their first ever win in 2 years?
Of course, super happy kami kasi nga first win since 2023, and thank you sa lahat talaga, as in, sa teammates ko na gumawa ng effort, sa lahat ng coaches, sa lahat ng sumuporta sa amin. So, sobrang saya namin. Hindi ko ma-express kasi super saya namin.
And you definitely deserve it, Bridget. Ngayon naman, is there anyone else you want to greet? Friends, family, supporters who are currently tuned in?
Hi sa parents ko, mama, papa, and of course to my sister, Santos family, Martinez family, and Ugali Ordonez family, sa WCC community, and Marikina community, sa mga nanood ngayon. Thank you for watching, and sa teammates ko na sobrang laki ng binigay nilang effort. Kahit na ba may exams kami, nandun sila sa training. Kahit na sobrang late kami umuwi, then morning meron kami. Thank you so much, and especially sa mga coaches po, sa lahat ng sumuporta, sa lahat na nagbigay ng support sa amin, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And especially sa mga ates ko na gumabay sa amin, and thank you so much guys. Yun lang po.
Ayan, so well-deserved win, especially for Bridget and the rest of the Marikina Lady Shoe Masters, finally on the win column after 2 long years. Giting, tapang, talino, yan ang pinakita ng Marikina ngayon. So once again, congratulations to you and the rest of the Marikina Lady Shoe Masters. I know this is definitely not the last win that they'll have for this season, but for now, it's time to turn it back to you, Hans and Pons.
Galing, giting, tapang at talino ng Marikina ang nanaig as they get their first victory not only in this season but in 2 years. As you're looking at Bridget Martinez leaving her mark at our lens, feels good to be part of that one and be part of the camera, be part of that interview. But here are your Smarts Powered Up Plays brought to you by Smart Only 5G. Only 85 pesos for 3 days. Download the Smart app and load now. Pons, talk to us about that last set, man. It was quite a story for Marikina.
Yes, that last set just showed their composure. And kung mapapansin natin sa interview ni Bridget Martinez, ang dami niyang pinasalamatan because that's true. It takes a village to really build a volleyball system na strong enough to really challenge the best teams of the MPVA. And also, ang mapapansin natin sa side ng Marikina is kahit bata sila, may composure sila. Nakikita natin unti-unti yung system that they have built over the years. Sa side naman ng Caloocan, they admitted that they're still missing the chemistry, they're still missing the training time. And the good thing naman is, umpisa pa lang ng season. We should and we hope to see their growth as the season progresses.
And imagine starting things off with a win, right? This season, this was a completely different scenario para sa kanila kasi a lot of these students or a lot of these athletes na meron ng kupunan ng Marikina, they're still studying. In fact, nabanggit nga kanina ni Bridget na meron pa sila mga exams, so they have to sleep with the concept of being mentally and physically tired on a daily basis. And you know, as people who have already graduated that kind of situation, we understand how difficult it is. So really props for these student athletes to not only compete at the highest level of volleyball, but also win in the highest level of volleyball.
Yes, and that's correct. Veteran ka man or young student athlete, you're welcome here in the MPVA. You're welcome to show your capabilities and your system and para ipagmalaki yung mga napagtrabahuhan nyo over the years, over the months. So it's very exciting to really see na as we look at the statistics, Marikina, the younger team, leading in attacks, leading in aces. Blocks, we've mentioned, that is the strength of Caloocan. That's something we have noticed. But yung Marikina, yung smooth system nila, it's showing in the statistics. And the opponent errors 13 as to 31. So Caloocan more than doubling the errors of Marikina. 31 points, so you're averaging about more than 10 errors per set. So that's something that should be in their priority list when it comes to thinking kung ano yung kailangan nilang baguhin at ayusin for their next games. Talking about Caloocan.
Yan ang kailangan talaga nilang pagtuunan ng pansin because everything else was a little bit closer. It's just that there were more mistakes na nabanggit natin kanina. Kung ano man ang pinakamalaking pagkakamali, yon ang mas mababa ang tsansang manalo. But speaking of winning, it's winning time for both Binyan Tatak Gel Arellano Chiefs going up against Negros Immaculada Mega Wide as they are trying to rack up more points to boost themselves right up the standings. In behalf of our courtside reporter Fiona Bacani, together with my partner here, Alfonso, my name is Hans Galeria, and we will be seeing you in the last match of the day dito lamang sa MPVA Season 2.